Hey everyone, today we have some Chaos support, though everything is Chaos support as long as it goes to the Dark States Nation. But first off, we have some of these V-Prem slash Prem grade 2 PRs that they're releasing for every single clan slowly. Right, and this one is for Spike Brothers and Great Nature. Now, some of these have been absolutely broken, some of them have been absolutely garbage, so let's see. So first off, we have the Spike Brothers one. This one is when this unit attacks while boosted. Right, Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 card, close to the rear guard circle, and shuffle the deck. So this one is actually pretty good. This one's good, right? Spike Brothers likes making sure it has the grade 3s on the board that it can copy with Rising Nova. So both in like Prem and V-Prem, this is gonna do very, very well. It's got good, like, they have great grade 3s, right? And you want to copy them, you want to use their effects. So yeah, pretty good. Works on the Vanguard circle, works on the rear guard circle. Does require Counterblast, but hey, you don't win everything, right? And the second effect is just a normal consistency effect. And then we have the Great Nature one. So this one is once per turn as well. When this unit attacks a Vanguard while boosted, Soul Blast 1, right? Not Counterblast, Soul Blast 1. Discard a card from the top of your deck and perform one of the effects below depending on that card's type. Normal unit, you choose 2 of your units and they get power plus 5,000 into the end of the turn. And the trigger unit, if it's a trigger unit, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rearguards and retire them. So it's actually just pretty average. All right, I don't know, maybe I think we're maybe thinking like, wow, this is the perfect chance for Great Nature to get a Crayon Tiger clone, but turns out it's just your old gotcha mechanics. All right, so I don't know, I think this is pretty average. I guess like soul blasting and getting like a half effect is like all right. If you get the retire one, then hey, you know, you retire. But how many players actually put down that many cards? If you see like Great Nature, like you go, okay, they're probably riding a Compass Lion or something, or you know, they could ride this card in which placing down stuff like just feels kind of wrong. Like you know you're gonna win like the grade 3 fight against Great Nature in a way, so like they're never gonna get first stride. So do you really need to commit that much? And you can just wait to see what they ride before you commit, right? But I guess like, you know, if you ride a Compass Line and they put down a field, then you call this down, then that's pretty good. But you still have to do that gotcha thing to hit the trigger and then get the retire. Otherwise you get like a power boost and it's like, oh, that's just average. Right, that's just whatever. Anyway, enough talking about V-Prem. Let's talk about standards. So first off, we have famed harsh demonic lordling Bathim or Bathim. So this has a plus 5,000 effect. If you played a normal order this turn, this unit gets power plus 5,000. So okay, cool. Second effect is when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, counterblast 1, search your deck for and drop for up to 1 reception of the famed demonic mansion. Reveal it and put it into your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle the deck. So yeah, you just get to search for an order card, right? For CB1, so pretty standard. And then the order card is this one. It's got a nice, yeah, it's got a thing. This one is you may soul charge 1, so you may. Actually very, very important when it comes to Dark States deck. Choose one of your units and it gets power plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. At the end of that turn, discard a card from your hands, choose a reception of the famed demonic mansion from your drop and put it into your hand. So at the end of the turn, you can discard a card just to get this back. So every turn you can pretty much just play an order and then get it back, and kind of confirms it, right? Will work pretty well with this next card. So this is famed blazing demonic lady Orions. So very, very nice looking art here. This effect is auto when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle other than by a unit card's ability. If you played a normal order this turn, Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose and reveal up to 1 card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard's grade from among them, call it to the rearguard circle if it is a unit card, and put it into your hand if it's a normal order, and then you shuffle your deck. The Soul Blast 1 to +1 is actually pretty good, right? You just have to have played an order. So I guess the restriction is a bit higher than normal. But yeah, I think this is, that just by that effect alone is pretty good. And then the second effect is a rearguard circle effect. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater card, costs Soul Blast 3 and draw a card, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. So Soul Blast 3 is the equivalent of like a Gungaram, right? Except Gungaram doesn't require your opponent to be grade 3, so that's nice. But you also get a nice 5k until the end of turn with this effect too. So if there's anything that withstands it, you double dip the power. Right, so overall, it's a pretty good effect and doesn't require any CB at all. Dark States does soul charge quite a lot, so you can definitely use soul. The question is which deck do you throw it in, and I guess they are hinting you should probably put it in the Kheios deck, though the question is, do you really want to put it there, right? Next card that we have is Inciting Corruption Agamemnon. So, auto, when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with Kheios in its card name, counterblast 1, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them and put them into your hand, and put the rest into your soul. So, CB1, you know, draw, well, +1, and then you put 1 into your soul just because of the restriction is okay. And then the second effect is soul. When your unit with Mikani in its card name is placed on the rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with Kheios in its card name, discard a card from your hand, soul charge 1, and call this card to the rearguard circle, and this unit gets boost until the end of turn. So, overall, I think it's like a okay card, right? Nothing too super game breaking. How many would you want to put in the deck? I don't really think it's like a 4 of. Maybe it's like a... I mean, CB1 to get something is nice, but I feel like the slots where you want to put multiple cards in should be reserved for the really, really good cards. So this is probably like a 1, maybe like a 2, right? I think like a boost effect like this is just not really that amazing anyway. You're mainly playing it for the first effect. The boost effect is just like an extra, but you still have to discard a card for them, so... I don't know. And then lastly, we have Kheios, Soul Oratorio Kheios. So this is the new one, right? This is the all the glitters are getting their new forms. But this one's actually pretty cool. So auto, when this unit is placed by writing from Approaching Fane's Kheios, you may soul charge 3, then choose up to 2 cards from your soul, put 1 card from among them into your hand, call the rest of the rearguard circle, and activate Persona Ride. So this is a pretty gassed Persona Ride, I'm not gonna lie. It's you know, you get a card into your hand and you call a card. So you're like plussing 2, and then you draw a card, right? You draw a card because of the Persona Ride. So absolutely massive, really, really good. And then the second effect is act once per turn. If your soul has 13 or more cards with different card names, bind an Approaching Fang's Kheios, so the original Kheios from soul, and then until the end of turn, all your units get plus 10k, and this unit gets critical +1. So this is pretty much like a Rejeweled, right? Except you're not minusing their power, which is fine. But you know, bear in mind Mikani does like restands as well, and yeah, you get like a 5 attack, and you get kind of like a double 10k dip. So it's pretty much similar to Zorga, where like, you know, you get the Persona Ride and you get the Alchemagic. So your front row just gets massive. And if you've played like the new Zorga Masks Ride, you do shred hand with 4 attacks like that. So with this, with 5 attacks, you can start shredding hand quite heavily. The real question is now is how many of the Approaching Fang's Kheios do you run in your deck, right? Because ideally, I feel like you want to run multiple just so every turn you can pop out, like bind one of your original Kheioses just to get that double power, right? But then it makes your kind of stability a bit worse, but at the same time, you know, the original Kheios is not that bad as well. It's actually pretty decent. So yeah, I feel like you just run multiple copies of original Kheios and then this Kheios, and then any extra copies of the original Kheios you get, you just chuck it into soul and call it a day, and you still get value from it. But then if you don't ride the new Kheios, you still have the old one to go back to with the decent amount of multi-attacks. So yeah, I feel like that kind of works. If you played like, if you've seen something like the newer Kheios build, like there was the Rush Kheios build that was pretty good. That like I think won one of the BSFs recently, or like a month or 2 ago, right? But then like the new Kheios feels like it's getting there to be one of the stronger Dark States deck. If you think about what is a good Dark States deck, right now there's only Chronojet. But I feel like Kheios could be the next one. It actually could be the next one, because 5 attacks, double power, right? Double 10k power, decent trail, like basically like for jewel numbers. Except I feel like, you know, you're not even that reliant on getting certain cards. You're just reliant on getting the Makani, right? But if I recall, there should be ways to get it. There should be easier ways to get it than getting like 2 different restanders, you know? So, and it goes to you, at the end of the turn, it also goes into your soul, so kind of protects yourself that way and empties your board. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of, this deck seems like it's gonna be one of the better decks going into the next format. I mean, that's my prediction. I get some really hit or miss predictions, of course, right, as you might know. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comments below. Is Kheios gonna be a strong consideration deck, a strong deck going into the Stat 11 format? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you all next time. All right, bye.